Oh, the joys of a string trimmer.
Well, the other string, you look at it, it was all like melted to itself. So today we are...
Just say it a little bit louder.
You ready?
Yeah.
Or we can wait till he goes behind the truck. All right, welcome back. Today we are out at the property. We are hopefully going to finish the chicken tractor.
Eli.
We're going to get the doozer started. Hey, bud. All right, take 5 or whatever we're at. Welcome back. Today we're going to finish up the chicken tractor. We're going to get the doozer running. We're going to test out the air compressor, and we're going to see what's wrong with the Kubota, because I didn't show you all yesterday, but yesterday when I fired it up, it just ran at full RPMs, full blast. I couldn't turn it off. I had to cover the air intake. Got a nice little hickey in my hand because of it. But it means it's pulling oil from somewhere. So either the head gasket blew when it overheated last time we were using it, or one of the oil seals in the pistons is bad. So we're going to take a look at that. We'll pull apart the exhaust. If it's wet behind the pistons, it means it's an oil seal. If it's not, it means it's a head gasket. So if that's the case, then we'll pull the head off, replace the head gasket, and go from there. We're putting it right next to like the picnic table. Okay. So we start steering the direction.
What you doing?
I'm gonna hurt it. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not pokey?
Yep.
So our chicken tractor is done. Got our front door. Needs a little bit more work. It's hitting right down here. So we're gonna have to shave that down so that it'll close and be a little more flush. But it does work. But we'll fix that before we put the chickens in. We've got tin roofing on the back half. And hardware cloth on the front. So we'll be ready when our chickies are.
All right. So I'm going to show y'all what the problem is with this thing. So first things first, this is the exhaust manifold, and right there's a hole in the exhaust manifold. That's called an exhaust leak, kids. So I'm going to take that home and weld that little hole shut. So let's check for other leaks. So that's one problem. But the bigger problem is the fact that this thing wants to run away. For those unfamiliar with diesels, they can actually run on the oil that's inside them. It's not great for them, but if there's a leak, they'll actually leak oil from the valves or from one of the oil passages in the head gasket, and it will leak oil into the cylinders and ignite that and run. So even if you kill the fuel, it'll still run off the oil in the engine. And they have a tendency to do what's called run away, where they just run it full, wide open until they explode. Luckily, we have our handy dandy diesel killer. So the air intake's right here. If you cover the air intake, it will stop the engine. So I'm going to show you all what it does when it fires up. Because it'll run just fine. So I tried to kill it just now by shutting off the fuel, and it wouldn't. So we got to cover the exhaust or the air. So that's what it's doing. It means that there's oil getting into the cylinder somehow. It's either through the valve passage or the valve seals or the head gasket. So it overheated. My thinking is it's probably the head gasket, which means we got to crack the head, pull it off, have it resurfaced, put a new head gasket on it. But luckily it's only a 2-cylinder diesel, so I think that'll go pretty quick and easy. Let's see. All right. Today we got the doozer running. We moved this tractor over into the shade because we're going to have to pull the head off and replace the head gasket and possibly the valve seals. But now it's in the shade, so we can rip apart the engine and fix all of that. We did not get the air compressor running. For some reason, the battery it won't charge. And so I think it needs a lot of cold cranking amps. It's a 4-cylinder John Deere, so anyway.
It also had a hornet's nest.
Oh yeah, it had about 15 or 20 hornets inside, but I poisoned their butts yesterday. So we didn't have to actually deal with them. They were all dead, which was awesome.
But we don't talk about butts left in the bathroom.
That's true. I'm sorry. Will you forgive me for talking about butts?
Yeah.
We finished the chicken tractor. It is done. Hopefully you all will have some good time-lapse footage of that. I'm sorry, it is actually really hot, so the reason I had my shirt off is because I was sweating buckets. Oh, but we got some mowing done a little bit. Oh, I put the spare tire holder on the doozer. So you can see it right over there.
See the spare tire? Yay!
There's a Hornet in the box truck.
There is.
Anything else that we got done today, Eli? What else did we do?
We fixed that tractor that's laughing.
The yellow tractor?
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't broken, so technically you're right. The tractor is now working. It was also working yesterday. Yeah, it was a good day. Warm day, but it was a good day. It's fun.
Hey, I'll drive. Can I drive this tractor?
Well,
I'll go myself.
currently I can't drive it, so no.
Not at the moment. But you can do our outro.
And our outro, say thanks for joining our adventure.
Thanks for doing that adventure.
High five. Good job.
Bye.